Good morning. It is December 5th. It's been a couple weeks since I've done a video. In that time, Invicta announced their next event, Invicta15. Pretty excited about this event. The main event is going to be Livia Souza versus Deanna Bennett. Really exciting fight. You've got two completely undefeated. Both of them, their record is 8-0. So pretty exciting. Livia Souza has almost all her wins by submission, so 7 wins by submission. Deanna Bennett is 8-0. Her record's a little different, so 4 decisions, 2 TKOs, 2 submissions. So should be a good fight. Looks like it's going to be kind of mixed up. And again, it's for the strawweight championship. The next fight, the co-main, I guess it might not even be the co-main. I don't know how they're kind of billing it, but it's going to be Cyborg versus Cindy Dandois. So that's Chris Cyborg versus Cindy Dandois. It's supposed to be at 140 pounds. This was kind of the anticipation, the build-up of Cyborg slowly getting down to 135 so she could fight Ronda Rousey in the UFC. So Invicta announced that it'll be at 140. Then Cyborg tweeted that she didn't sign anything, that she would fight at 140, and that they keep changing the date on her. So it's kind of an interesting thing. I mean, Cyborg is kind of, I guess, saying that she doesn't want to fight at 140. There hasn't been any official announcement either way. I mean, Invicta said 140, so... But I mean, if Cyborg doesn't want to fight at that, then who knows? So it's originally not supposed to be for the title because it's at 140, so I don't know if it's going to go up to 145 and it will be for the title. We'll have to see how this kind of plays out. It's January 16th, so we still have about 6 weeks for them to kind of decide what's going to happen. An interesting thing, really, because of the whole Ronda Rousey loss, is it kind of changes things. Cyborg was getting down to 135, or was supposed to be, so that she could fight Ronda Rousey, right? It was supposed to be the two, like, biggest, baddest MMA women on the planet fighting. But then Ronda Rousey lost in devastating fashion, so we don't really know what's going to happen. You don't know. Is Cyborg going to try to get down to 135 so she can fight in the UFC? A lot of people are saying, well, she should. There's more money in the UFC. Why wouldn't she do that, right? There's more interesting fights. It's, and it's a complicated issue. The fact is, there's definitely more exciting fights, right? There's really no one in Invicta who I think could even touch Cyborg, really. All her wins are, knockout, devastating, super quick. So there's not really been anyone that's really challenged her. So, yes, there's more exciting fights in the UFC. Kat Zingano, Miesha Tate, all of those ladies, Amanda Nunes, Holly Holm, Ronda Rousey. Like, Ronda Rousey's not out. There's still a great fight there. But Cyborg would have to cut, 10 pounds of muscle to get down to the 135. It would hurt her. It would hurt her power. So, I don't think that's the only reason she's not going. The other reason is money. I mean, Cyborg right now makes $100,000 per fight. She makes $50,000 to show, $50,000 to win, plus all of her sponsorship money. So if you look at the UFC, Miesha Tate, #1 contender, is only making about $80,000 a fight, $40,000 to show, $40,000 to win. And she doesn't get sponsors, right? She only has Reebok, and the Reebok deal is not paying them a lot. So really, I get why Cyborg's not too excited to cut the weight, right? She's the champ in Invicta. She's, she's never really been tested. She's undefeated, or she has one defeat, but that was a long time ago. She hasn't lost in 10 years, right? So why would she decide to go in, make the same money, maybe less because of sponsorships, right? They make a lot of money with sponsorships, especially the Brazilians. So anyway, yeah, it doesn't make really a lot of sense for her to go to the UFC when she's going to be, she's got to fight like strong women for the title at a weight class that she's not really comfortable at. So I get it. So I'm hoping to see this fight at 145 for the title. Now, really, Cindy Dandois, I think, is like number 20. Like, that's her ranking. She's quite a bit below. She's only had 2 fights in Invicta. One was at 135. She fought Tanya Evinger and she lost by submission. The next one she won. So we'll see. I mean, Cindy Dandois has trained with Miesha Tate. She actually is a judo practitioner. She's helped Miesha Tate with her fights with Ronda Rousey because she's really good at judo. So she's been helping. She's been working pretty closely with Miesha Tate. I mean, not too closely because she lives in Belgium and that's where she trains out of. But still, she's got that name with her. I still see Cyborg, by knockout, by TKO, something like that. But you never know, right? It's MMA. Anything can happen. So that's Invicta 15. January 16th. We'll definitely talk more about it before it comes out. I'm going to look at some of the other fighters. Angela Hill, she just left the UFC. She's back in Invicta. She's got a fight on that. So, yeah, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. Also, this week, it is fight week like crazy in the UFC. We got 3 UFC events. First coming up is Rose Namajunas versus Paige Van Zandt. So I'm going to talk a lot about those 2 this week. So, great. Yeah, looking forward to it. Lots of fights coming up.